So the big question is this: where do people find love these days? Today, we're exploring options on where to find love, whether online or offline. My name is Nwosu, and welcome to the Second Chances podcast, a love journey in black and white. Dating, especially when you're over 40, comes with its unique set of challenges, but also opportunities. Because at this point, you might be more established in your life. You know exactly what it is that you're looking for. Or maybe perhaps you're just re-entering the dating scene after a long hiatus. Whatever your story, the landscape is vibrant, it's thriving, and it's wide open and waiting for you to step right in. So I get a lot of questions almost on a daily basis on where can I find love? Yes, times have changed from when I was younger and probably you were younger, where the typical way of meeting people was through introductions through friends, through family, or friend of a friend. That was how we met each other when we were younger, 20 something odd years ago. But that kind of method of meeting people has kind of taken a back seat in more recent times. I know that there's some people who still insist on the only way I'm going to meet somebody is if I'm being introduced. Okay, I say to each their own. But how is that working for you? And what is the guarantee that those matches make a better match for you and what it is that you're looking for? So anyway, I digress. Back to the question, where do you go looking for suitable matches? I'm going to be talking about online dating and offline dating, but let's start with online dating. Online dating is a whole world on its own. It's just like the internet. It has grown so much, it has expanded so much in the last couple of years that regardless of whatever it is you're looking for, there's a platform for it. There's just way too many platforms out there to be stuck on one. So if you find that there's one that's not working for you, switch to another. But the reality is online dating can be quite overwhelming and it can be quite daunting, especially when you're not familiar with it or you don't know how to navigate it or you really haven't learned the art of dating, right? So from deciding which app you want to use, how to create your profile, how to filter on people, how to move conversations along so you can get to face-to-face time with the person, from how to move that along to multiple dates to a relationship and the rest, and happily ever after. Okay, so online dating, I think that online dating is phenomenal. And I'll tell you a story about someone I know. Let's call her Linda. Linda was 45. She was completely against online dating. She was like, Joe, never. I would never be caught dead. But Linda, you've been single for 10 years. All the people that you've met, nothing seems to be working out. How about you just give it a try? What's the worst that could happen? You tried, you don't like it, and you're done. Easy. Finally, she agrees to try out, and she chose Hinge. Yeah, there's so many apps out there, but she chose Hinge, which is okay. Just start with one and see how it goes. So she chooses Hinge, she creates her profile, she's on there, she's swiping. Within a couple of weeks, she'd matched with so many people, but then because I was working with her, she was able to filter correctly to make sure that she wasn't just chatting endlessly and aimlessly with whoever was swiping right on her profile, and she was able to meet Michael. Fast forward 6 months later, they are happily together and already planning a future. I know that online dating works because that is how I also met Davide, and even my previous relationship was through online dating. So I'm a huge fan of online dating, if you can't tell already. So that's what online dating is. Getting online, getting on the apps and meeting people that way. The other way that people still meet is offline. Right, so there's online and then there's offline. And offline methods are more of the traditional, organic type of connections that you get from meeting people either randomly, typically in person, right? So the meeting someone at the grocery store is not as frequent these days because everybody's on their phones and no one's looking up and making eye contact. But I found that, offline, you can still be part of things like meetup groups, which is like social groups, or if you have a hobby, like say you're part of a travel group or a hiking group or a reading club, Or even if you just attend community events, so like auctions, volunteering events, things like that. Those are really, really a lot of great places where you can meet mature people who have similar goals and interests as you do. These the events usually bring together very, very like-minded people. So if you find that it's something that you're interested in, so don't go join a hiking group if you're not really into hiking, because you might meet someone and they expect you to keep hiking and you're like, no, I was only there just to meet someone. It doesn't sound too good. So make sure you pick something that you actually enjoy doing and find a group or a community that you can join so that you can meet people who already have similar interests as you do. So that's one great way to meet people. And then there's also in the professional world as well. There's lots of conferences, seminars, workshops, networking events, just so many places in the corporate world where you can meet people too. So try to attend some of those as well, because that's a great way, a great place to meet like-minded people as well, professional people, if that's what you're looking for. And it's just an easier way to start a conversation because there's something that's already brought you there that you already have in common. So that's a great way. Find some of those events, attend them, even if it's within your organization as well. Join some of those committees within your organization, and you never know, you might just start meeting people. I really don't want to rule out the place of introductions. Introductions still happen, but they're not as frequent as when we were younger, right? When you're in university and you have a huge circle of friends, it's easier to meet friends of friends, or you have people who are have friends who are single. Right now at my age, I don't have too many friends who have single friends. It's just, most people are married or divorced or just not looking. So if you find that you're over 40 and you're not able to meet people as organically, then maybe consider online dating. Both online and offline have their merits and demerits, right? Where online dating offers you this convenience where you can just sit at home and just be swiping, you have a wider pool of potential partners. Offline feels more organic. Like it still feels like boy meets girl, boy likes girl type of feeling. So it feels more natural and more organic. But you can do both. Like, why choose? Give yourself a larger opportunity to meet people. So mix them both is what I would say. Be open to meeting online and be open to meeting offline as well. There is no one perfect solution for meeting a partner. It's just put yourself out there, keep dating, and you never know, the next person might be a swipe away or an event away. Who knows? So offline, online, those are the two primary ways of meeting people. Find out what works for you and create a dating strategy that feels natural to you, where you're giving yourself the best chance to be able to meet a lot of people so that you're not desperately going for whoever is available because the pool is so small. No, make your pool really, really big so that you're also able to assess properly and make a decision on who you want to move forward with. So that's all I have for you for today. Thank you for listening to this episode on the Second Chances podcast, a love journey in black and white. Till next time, sending you love and light.